There's a woman waiting to see you.
No, you'll have to deal with it.
Well, she asked to see you, Patron. She said you'd remember.
Don't argue with me, Lapointe. Even a chief inspector's allowed leave once a year. Yeah. Therefore, my niece. Look, I went on my holiday 1 hour ago.
She says you'd remember her because she once took off all her clothes in front of you.
What did I do?
Nothing. That's why she wants to see you. It was 10 years ago.
You don't remember?
The beanpole.
You came to arrest a young woman who'd stolen a handbag. To make things difficult for you, I took off all my clothes.
Yes, I remember. What can I do for you?
Well, they sent me down for 14 days, and when I got out, you slipped me 50 francs. Told me to go home to Mother.
My advice appears to have been wasted.
Perhaps. But I remember the one policeman who couldn't be corrupted. Behaved like a human being.
Continue with your duties.
Yes, Patron.
I married Freddie Jussion.
Sad Freddie?
Mm-hmm. And 2 days ago, he went out on a job. Well, all I know is it was somewhere in the suburbs. At 5 o'clock in the morning, the telephone rang. It was Freddie. He was ringing from a cafe near the railway station, Gare du Nord.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that when he got down to this joint at Neuilly...
What joint?
Where the job was. I don't know exactly where.
Go on.
Well, he never got down to business, because there was a body in the room. A woman's body. Roped up in a rug and dumped over the back of a settee.
Neuilly section post. Duty desk. Go on.
Well, then he had a car draw up, so he beat it. He was so scared, he dumped his bicycle in the river.
Have you had any homicide report in the last 48 hours? No corpses? No bodies fished out of the Seine? Thank you. All right. Let me know when you hear from him again.
Well, that's just it. I won't. Not unless you solve the case.
Well, is there anything else to remember?
Well, he wore gloves, of course, but in his panic, he left his kit behind.
Any other details?
No, that's the lot.
All right, dear. Thanks for the information.
You'll deal with the case yourself.
Even when I'm on leave, I'm still in charge here. Is that good enough for you?
Suppose so. But I want Freddie back.
My home, please. Lapointe. Bring me the file on Alfred Jussion. Sad Freddy the safe breaker. Quick as you can.
Yes, Patron.
Hello, dear. No, it's me. Look, I'm going to be delayed a little while. Something's blown up. No. Just an hour or two. I'll get a sandwich. Oh, look. Tell Rose I got the flippers.
The Jussion file.
Is Lucas here?
No, he's on duty, but I can tell you all about Sad Freddy.
Oh, you can.
Apprentice to Planchard, the safe manufacturer. Left because he got involved with some tart. Took with him impressions of the keys of every safe they've sold. There's a list of Planchard safes on the file.
Excellent, Lapointe. You're a smart boy. You're going to have the privilege of working with me. You don't like that?
Well, it's my holiday. I was hoping to get away at midday.
That makes two of us. Now, Neuilly. Here we are. Dumped over the back of a settee, huh? Well, assuming that you only find upholstered furniture in private apartments, there's only one private address in the whole of Neuilly. A Planchard safe. Installed 12 years ago. 66 Rue de la Ferme. You, my boy, put out a general call for Sad Freddy. Last heard of in the cafe on Thursday night. He phoned from a cafe near the Gare du Nord. That may not be true. She'll wait if she's worth it.
Patron?
You go. You can call her if you like, on my private line. Janice, please.
Why don't you get it over with?
I'm sorry?
With the dentist.
Oh.
I saw you across the street.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I'm early. It's only an examination. Oh. What's he like? The dentist.
I've never been. I lost my teeth in the 14 War.
That was before his time?
Family's been here for years. Very respectable.
It's a very old family. Not like a dentist, really. Soda?
Water. I shouldn't think you ever need a dentist.
Young Monsieur Serre, as we call him. I'm told he's quite gentle, really. Well-spoken.
He comes in here?
After dinner, usually.
To get away from his wife, eh?
No, from his mother. She doesn't allow strong drink.
What else does he come in here for?
Nothing he shouldn't. He's very fond of his wife. He only married her 2 years ago.
How did you get here?
By bus.
I want a word with
brandy,
you.
5-star. May I?
You knew the address all the time?
I looked at Freddie's list. That was the only house marked at me.
Oh. Well, anyway, it's a complete waste of time. You can see for yourself it's a respectable place. These people have been here since before the First World War. If there's been any breaking and entering, they'd have reported it.
You don't believe me?
All right. If you're not satisfied, but you can pay for your own drink.
Have you an appointment?
May I speak with Monsieur Serre, please?
He never sees anyone without an appointment.
Will you tell him that Chief Inspector Maigret would like to speak with him?
Please come in. I may have to keep you waiting. Come this way, will you? My son is upstairs. I don't wish to seem inquisitive. Before I disturb him, may I know what this is about?
Is he ill?
He isn't strong.
His medical attendant would excuse him from speaking to a police officer?
Dr. DeBook gets very annoyed if he overdoes it.
Can I speak to his wife, then?
Maria's no longer with us. It's about her that you've come, isn't it?
I'd like to know about her. Was she his first wife?
My son was a widower for many years. Then 2 years ago, he married again.
I see.
Perhaps it was my fault. I thought he'd be happier.
Well?
But she wasn't used to our ways, and perhaps she imagined him to be wealthier than he really is. Anyway, Maria left us 2 days ago.
For good?
Personally, I don't think she'll ever return. It was an amicable separation. She thought she'd like to be with her own people in Holland. This gentleman is a police officer, Guillaume.
What exactly do you want?
I have reason to believe that you have been the victim of an attempted burglary.
Well, surely, Inspector, if that were the case, I would have reported it.
Well, You don't mind if I look around?
What?
Your mother was just telling me that your wife left you on Thursday to go to Holland. Did you drive her to the station?
What on earth has that got to do with it?
Well, you might have been out when the attempt was made.
As a matter of fact, Maria fetched a taxi.
But you have a car?
I have.
What time did she leave?
I
The
don't see...
inspector's only doing his duty here. Let me see, in time to catch the 9:40.
From the Gare du Nord?
We naturally thought so.
I see. Did you see her off?
I went upstairs after dinner, so did my son.
You didn't see her off at the door?
We made our farewells earlier.
Oh, you had a breakage, yeah?
It banged too on the night of the storm. That would be Tuesday.
Where do you sleep, Madame?
Over here.
And your son over the front room?
I do.
You sent for the glazier right away, huh?
No, my son mended it. He always sees to any little household repairs.
There's been no burglary that we know of.
It was kind of you to call, Inspector.
Any more questions?
Yes, just this. When I first called, your mother concluded that I'd called to inquire about your wife.
That is so. I was afraid that Maria had been foolish when passing through the customs. She took all her jewelry with her, and some of it was recently purchased.
So that you don't even know whether she's arrived safely.
Oh, when she's settled, I'm sure she will communicate with us. My son is naturally upset, but if there are any more questions, I shall be only too glad to answer.
There's just one question, Madame, sir. If you sleep over the back, how did you know that Maria had gone out for a taxi?
I went to my son's room to comfort him, and from there we saw her come back with a taxi.
And the taximan came in for her luggage?
That is the way she wanted it, Inspector.
Thank you, Madame.
Goodbye, Chief Inspector.
Hey, Monsieur's coming back. Another anise and more ice.
Monsieur will pay?
Naturally.
Too bad for you if he doesn't.
Listen, you...
I've ordered you another anise.
Thank you very much. That's kind of you. Now, look. It's Freddie's word against those people over there. Respectable citizens. They've answered every question I put to them. There's been no breaking and no entering.
Well, that's what they say.
Look, I'll do my job and you do yours. Yeah?
I'm in the wrong district for that.
Why don't you just go home and wait for Freddie to turn up?
Well, supposing he doesn't?
If I were Freddie, I wouldn't stay away too long.
Well, all I can say is I'm disappointed in you, Inspector Maigret.
Inspector? My mother turned me over here. Do you mind if I sit down?
So?
No, I don't want anything, thank you. The fact is, as soon as you've left, I went round to the garage at the back to get out my car. It's gone. So that's obviously the solution. There was a theft, but it wasn't from the house. It was my car that was stolen.
When did you last use it?
Last Wednesday, I think. It's a 1956 black Vidocq saloon. The number is IZ15273B. I have a license.
IZ15273B. No, don't bother. Oh, I don't think you told me your wife's maiden name.
Her name is Fanarts. Maria Fanarts. A-A-R-T-S. There's a record at the town hall.
Thank you. You'll let me know when she gets in touch with you.
Very well. Oh, may I ask you if you have any influence here locally?
I think so.
Then be good enough to tell the town hall that I need my car. I can't get about much on foot. I have a cardiac condition. Au revoir.
Telephone.
Over there.
Left, right? Yes, patron. Yes.
Now, I want you to go over to the Jussium apartment. Ernestine has just left here, so you should have half an hour to yourself. Just make quite sure that sad Freddy really has gone away. Is Sergeant Lucas there?
Yes, patron.
Well, according to that, it's a criminal offence, and we must take action. I mean,
patron.
well, I'll call you back. Patron.
Ah, Luca, I know you're busy, but this is something that Lapointe can't handle. I want you to get in touch with the frontier police and ask whether there's been any customs difficulty with a Madame Serre or Van Aerts travelling to Amsterdam Thursday night.
Madame Serre. Or what? Or Van Aerts.
Now, the next thing's a bit more tricky. Give my compliments to Inspector Kemper of the Amsterdam police and ask him to find out if Madame Serre crossed the frontier and where she is now. And Luca, be careful. The Serre family register at least one general of France and 2 deputies.
Vive la France. You coming back?
No, I don't think I need. I think we'll find that sad Freddy pinched a car and took a blonde to the seaside. If my wife rings, just tell her that I'm on my way home now, and we'll have a late start. Have you got my holiday address? Good. That's all. Bye.
Bye-bye. Luca. Ah, Madame Maigret. How are you? Looking forward to your holiday? Looks like another burnt chicken, madame. He's just rung to say he's on the way, but he'll be late. No, truly, madame. He definitely said he's on the way now, but he will be late. Goodbye. Bertrand, you said you weren't coming back.
I forgot something.
I checked with customs. There's nothing come through yet. Inspector Kemper was out, but his assistant seems to be a live wire, so I gave him the message.
Good. Is that all?
Lapointe's checked with stolen cars, but no news yet.
Excellent, excellent.
What have you been up to?
Acting on your instructions, I went round to the flat occupied by Sad Freddy and Madame...
The beanpole, yes. Now take it quietly.
Patron. Well, I effected an entry.
You got in. Now let's have it in your own words.
Patron. Well, the thing is this. The bed wasn't made and 2 people had slept in it. On one side of the cabinet there was a glass of milk and it was empty.
Go on.
Well, Sad Freddy has ulcers. He drinks milk.
Milk.
So would I. I had ulcers. And I may have soon. Now, go on.
Well, there were some dregs of milk in the bottom of the glass, and they were still quite fresh. Now, in this weather, the milk would have gone off in a few hours.
Congratulations, Lapointe. Clear off.
Patron?
Your holiday. You've earned it.
Thanks, Patron. Thank you.
You better have someone watch that place. Pick up Sad Freddy.
Yes, I will.
Let me know what happens. His wife owes me for at least 6 drinks.
Oh, I checked with the Met boys. There was a storm in the Neuilly district on Tuesday night.
Storm?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the mended window. You know, if Sad Freddy is lurking there, he didn't pinch a car. Ask Records to let you have a list of all the ironmongers in the Neuilly district. Who'd la femme? Lapointe!
He'll be halfway home by now.
Well, I think I could go down there myself. Tell Records I collected on the way out.
Let's have a list of all the ironmongers in the Neuilly district round about Rue de la Ferme. Sheet, glass and putty. Quick as you can.
Do you sell sheet glass?
Yes, sir. Have you brought the measurements?
No, it's for a friend. Do you know Monsieur Serre?
The dentist, yes, sir.
Good. Has he been in lately?
Well, I've only just come back from a holiday, but I can look it up in the book.
Oh, he's got an account here, has he?
That's right. And he bought a sheet of glass on Wednesday, 42 by 65.
Wednesday, huh?
A lot of people seem to have bought glass, so ordered a glazier on that day.
Ah, yes, there was a bad storm on Tuesday night. Right, that's it. Thank you very much.
Hello, he came back for another piece on Friday.
Let me see.
Same size, 42 by 65. Is that the piece he's worried about?
Yeah. I think it very well may be. Merci, monsieur.
Where have you been? Hello? Amsterdam? Oh, Monsieur Maigret is not here. Oh, shall I take the call for him? Yes, I'm his wife. Oh, Inspector? Oh, I'm most terribly sorry, but they did say that he would be back right away, and he hasn't turned up yet. Well, I can't understand it because... Oh, it's important. Well, yes, as a matter of fact, we were just getting off for our holiday. Brittany this year. Yes, thank you. And your wife? Good. But hold on a minute. He's here. Amsterdam, Inspector Kemper. He wants to speak to you personally.
Hello, Kemper? Yes, Maigret here. Sorry I was out. Yeah? Yes, that's the name. Maria Serre, van Arts. Yeah. Oh, that's very useful. Yes? Oosting? Oosting. Gertrude Oosting. 2 O's. Fru Gertrude Oosting. Not at all. The next best thing to a body is a missing person. Now, will you do this for me, please? Ask her to lodge an official request. Then your Bureau of Missing Persons will refer it to ours. That's right. Thank you very much. What? Yes, it's hot here, too. Goodbye.
What's she done?
Behaved like a sensible person. When her friend didn't turn up, she thought she must have lost the address. So she telephoned the police.
Well, how long will it take to get the official request through?
Oh, Kemper will push it through in the morning, noon.
Shall I cancel our bookings again, then?
Bookings? Oh! Oh, no. No, why should we?
Are you going out?
I made you a promise. I'm going to stick to it. If you want to make an early start in the morning, I shall have to work all night.
Well, let me get you something to eat first.
Have you a warrant?
On a complaint lodged by Fru Gertrude Oosting of Amsterdam, I'm conducting an inquiry into the disappearance of Maria Serre near Van Arts.
What is it, Guillaume?
It's nothing, Maman. Please go up to your room. These gentlemen, I believe, wish to search the house. Where do you want to start?
From the top to the bottom.
Your father?
An uncle, General Fonsard.
I see. Your mother's brother.
Mm-hmm. His wife. A cousin, Guillaume Fonsard, the deputy. It's my mother, her first communion.
Would you mind opening your safe, please?
Of course.
Your first wife?
A cousin. You'll understand that when I married again...
Yes, of course. The portrait of your second wife?
The small one, the wedding group. Inspector?
Thank you. Gold?
Yes. May I close it?
No, leave it. It'll be attended to later. Don't seem to have had many patients.
I'm in semi-retirement.
Mostly women.
Prescriptions for my family.
Shall I see? Jeanne, say?
That's my first wife.
She had a weak heart.
You will find her death certificate in the files.
Maria, sir, your second wife. She had a weak heart, too.
She has pretty good health.
Seemed to spend quite a lot on medicines.
She isn't a young woman, Inspector.
Dr. Dubuc was your family doctor?
He was tending my wife before we married. He died recently, but she continued with the prescriptions.
Do you keep this locked?
Oh, allow me. You will find the normal preparations used in dental surgery. Pure alcohol, ether, stimulants, including smelling salts. I keep a book. Like everything else in the house, it's in perfect order.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but unlock it all the same.
Not you want to go through it now.
No, my men will see to it later. When did you meet your second wife, Monsieur Serre?
We met at the Louvre. Maria was alone in Paris. She put an advertisement in the papers asking to meet somebody who was interested in art.
And then you discovered that you both knew Dr. Dubuc?
That is so, yes.
It wasn't Dr. Dubuc who introduced you.
No, I remember quite clearly. He came to dinner and my mother mentioned the name Mademoiselle Van Arts. We were naturally pleased that he could give such a good account of her.
And are you interested in art, Monsieur Sale?
Well, I prefer literature.
Have you any other interests in common?
She likes driving. Incidentally, have you found my car yet?
Oh, if it's been abandoned, it'll turn up at nightfall. It's easier then for the patrol.
Oh, let me.
Oh, tea, Inspector. We have it mild in the English style.
Oh, no, thank you, madame.
There's some for your men when they finished upstairs.
Madame,
Inspector.
when do you have your rubbish collected?
On Fridays. That would be yesterday.
So you can't show me the broken glass?
I'm afraid not.
We're ready now for your room, madame.
Certainly.
Just one moment, madame. How long have you been a widow?
18 years, Inspector.
When your husband died, he was considerably older than yourself?
In fact, younger. He did not lead a careful life. The certificate called it pericarditis.
When he died, was your son married?
No, not for 5 or 6 years.
I see. Did you approve of his first marriage?
In a good family, Inspector, these things are not left to chance. We had known Jeanne for many years. It was a most suitable match.
Not Havana, but quite smokable.
Thank you. Monsieur Sir, would you care to put on another jacket and some shoes?
Are you arresting me?
I think you could give me more assistance up at headquarters.
Yes, he's here. Of course he's here, but I can't disturb him now. No, it's more than my life's worth. Sorry. Huh? Oh, well, why didn't you say? Whereabouts? What time? Mm-hmm. I see. Good, I'll tell him right away. Yeah, let me know as soon as you can.
Excuse me, Monsieur Sir. I'll be with you again in a moment. Administrative details.
They take a lot of time.
Oh, one doesn't think of time in a job like this.
That's all.
Good. Just a moment, you can take these. There. Ah, good work. Monsieur Sir, you're lucky. We found your car for you.
Thank you.
It's only half a mile from your home. Where is this exactly?
On that patch of rough ground near the cemetery.
Oh. Where's the car now?
We brought it in. The technicians are going over it.
Good. Let me have the report. Meantime, order some coffee.
Right away?
No, we haven't done a night's work yet. Like some coffee, Monsieur Sir?
I had mine after dinner. Thank you.
Now, would you mind sitting here? Now, correct me if I'm
Am I
wrong.
to understand that I'm being charged?
You're here as a witness. Not, however, if you wish me to charge you, I'm ready to do so.
What with?
The point for you to consider, Monsieur Sir, is that if I ask the Director of Prosecutions to indict you, that would entitle you to legal advice.
I don't need it, thank you.
Good. Well, let's get on. Now, we have established that your father died of pericarditis.
That only means an enlarged heart, like yours in all probability.
Your first wife died of heart trouble. Your second wife also had heart trouble.
Not necessarily.
But Dr. Dubuc prescribed the same pill.
According to statistics, nearly 30% die of heart failure.
Is your life insured, Monsieur Sir?
Since I was a child.
And your wife?
It's quite usual.
What is less usual is to keep a large amount in gold and currency in your safe.
Oh, you forget the excessive rates of taxation and the constant devaluations.
You admit, then, that your intention was to conceal your capital and defraud the Treasury? Did you tell your wife about the money in the safe?
She knows.
You told her?
Her own was in there until a few days ago.
Was your wife wealthy?
She has money, but I can see what you're driving at.
What am I driving at?
Whether the money you found in the safe was all mine or part of it hers.
What's this?
One column is headed GM and the other M.
M stands for Maria.
Naturally.
And GM?
Guillaume Maman.
You and your mother.
We share everything.
You thought about that second window pane?
That was obviously an error on the books. The young assistant was away on holiday and the old man's getting past it.
Must you like a cognac, Monsieur Sayre?
That too.
What does that mean?
I'm sure they told you at the cafe that I take an occasional drink there.
Well, what's wrong with one now?
You're insinuating that I'm under my mother's thumb. Allow me to tell you that my father was a drunkard.
Is that why there's no portrait of him in your house? You're very fond of your mother, aren't you, Monsieur Sayre? Luca, Monsieur Sayre is ready to make a deposition relative to tax evasion. You can take him into the confessional. Don't be alarmed. Confessional's just a small room next door. It's all yours. Good. I think I'll take a breath of air and see if there's anything on the car.
Ernestine, you see Holmes out there.
Beanpole?
And Madame Serre says she wants to help. She's obviously concerned for her precious son.
All right, Luca, I'll deal with him.
Right, monsieur. Let's have you in the confessional, please. This way.
Inspector.
Oh, Madame Sayre, there was no need for you to come down.
If there are any questions my son can't answer.
Oh, we're getting on very well, thank you. You!
Me?
Come on, I haven't got all night.
What's the matter? You mad because I made you pay for my drink in the cafe?
Since when have you been drinking milk?
I never drink. Well, I never drink milk except for breakfast. When I'm too lazy to make coffee.
You can't get Freddie to come up here?
I don't know where he is.
Ah, well, I suppose he'd be not worth 2 sous as a witness anyway.
I don't suppose he would. But I don't want to see him.
All right, you can do something for me. Do you know who that is in there?
Murderer's mother.
That's a respectable widow who's offered every assistance to the police. Unfortunately, neither she nor her son realized that in the course of justice, the police are no respecter of persons. Now, it would shorten matters if she could be made to realize that.
You're going to beat her up?
Beanpole. Thought you were bright. Think.
Inspector.
Oh, one moment, madame.
Back?
No, thank you.
What are you in for?
I'm waiting for my son.
Oh, what's he in for?
He's just here as a witness.
Lucky boy.
That man who just went by.
Inspector Maigret.
I believe that is his name. He seems very correct.
First time I met him, he kept me stark naked in his office for 24 hours with a window open in midwinter.
Oh, Pauline. You seem a nice girl, but tell me, have you ever served a term in prison?
Since you asked me, yes.
What's it like?
Well, the first thing is they want to shave you from head to foot, crew cut down to your knees, against bugs. But don't you let them. You stand up for yourself. You tell them you're clean and decent.
Do they beat you?
Oh, no, not once they get you to the lockup.
Here?
If you don't answer their questions. What's your name? Where did you see him? Where did he go? What's your name? That Maigret's a devil. He'd break down a stone. God, now I don't know what he'll do to me.
Oh, dear, you must have courage.
Monsieur.
Finished it?
Not yet, Colonel.
You can have him again in a minute. Few more questions, Monsieur Sayre. How often do you clean your car?
When it's dirty,
When did you last clean it?
last Wednesday.
Oh, yes. The day after the Tuesday thunderstorm.
That's right, the roads were muddy. We took a trip to Fontainebleau.
We.
The three of us. We're civilized beings. My wife and I are quite amicable.
So you took a trip to Fontainebleau, huh?
For a picnic.
And then in the evening, when you got home, you gave your car a thorough clean.
I washed it down.
This was the day before your wife left?
That is so, yes.
Where is your wife, Monsieur Sayre? Because we've got to find her, haven't we? Tell me, when you clean your car, do you brush out the carpets?
Depends.
Last Wednesday?
I may have done.
Will you show me just where you had your picnic?
Thereabouts.
In the middle of the road?
I don't know why I answer your questions.
I think perhaps you walked into the forest a little way.
Naturally.
So that if you didn't brush out the carpets, one might expect to find fragments of earth, leaf mold, grass.
I tell you, I may have brushed the carpets.
I'm sure you did. But not so thoroughly as our technical people.
Oh, what did they find? Some of my wife's hair? She's been in that car several times a week for the last 2 years.
Brick dust. The dust from new bricks. There's a key near your home where they're unloaded.
Oh, I'm sure you're not lying.
That'll give us a point to work from. As soon as it's light, the river will be dragged. Why did you kill your wife, Monsieur Sayre?
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Very well. Why did you marry her?
For the companionship.
You had your mother?
She was afraid that I might be left alone. She thinks I'm still a child and I need somebody to look after me.
How much did your first marriage bring you?
An enormous fortune. That's why we live quite simply without servants.
Why did you take your car out on Thursday night? Why did you abandon it near the cemetery?
I suppose you decided to put me through an endurance test. I will not answer any more of these questions.
Reception. There's a Madame Sayre waiting out there. Will you see if she wants some coffee?
Is my mother here?
She came of her own free will.
Send her away.
She's free?
I wouldn't like to have your job.
I wouldn't like to be in your shoes. Now, I would just like to complete that statement about your financial affairs. Look up.
Same thing happened every time we went abroad.
Oh, it must have been dreadful. Of course, I've never been out of France.
Gestion. I'll take you again.
Yes, sir.
Can't you ask for a lawyer?
Lawyers, police, they're all in this together.
Now, how'd it go?
I told her everything bad about you I could think of.
Ah, good, thank you.
You should. I've shaken her. Haven't you got anything better to drink than that filthy police swill they call coffee?
Certainly I have. What did she talk about?
Oh, about her son. She doesn't like him being a dentist because her father was in the army. About how they used to travel, sea voyages. Oh, that was when her husband was alive. First class on the boat to Dover. They were terribly sick. Do you want any more?
Yes, everything. They were sick, yeah?
Yes, both of them. But it seems there was a famous doctor on board, and he gave her something which cured her at once, so she was able to look after her husband.
Didn't he cure him?
Not the way she told it. Does it matter?
No, it seems a bit hard on the poor old man.
Well, then she went on and on about how she devoted her life looking after her husband. He had a weak heart.
So he did. Did she say what medicine he gave her?
When?
When she was seasick.
No, it was a pill. Well, they make them for seasickness, don't they?
How long ago was this?
Oh, ages. They went to Buckingham Palace. Saw that king has got a metro station named after him.
George V.
And now?
No, you go home and wait.
I haven't finished yet.
Nico, I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
Come in, Monsieur Sayre. Sit down. Ah. You want to go home to your bed, and I want to get away on my holiday. My niece is very disappointed that we haven't started already, so let's cut this short, shall we?
For my mother's sake, I'd like it.
For your sake, I'd hoped you'd be more frank with me. Now, you married your second wife for economic reasons, eh?
I've told you.
I'm not blaming you. Her motives were the same, although you met in the Louvre.
She thought I was richer than I am.
And then she connived with you about transferring all her capital to gold, and then this was placed in your safe.
With her scent.
When she decided to leave you, she intended to smuggle her share across the frontier.
I told your assistant all this.
Your father, like your first wife and like your second wife, suffered from a weak heart.
Look, must we go over all this again?
How convenient if your wife should die of heart trouble before she could take her share from the safe.
I deny that.
It's convenience?
Are you going on all night?
No, not much longer. I suggest that it was inconvenient that when your wife died and before you conveyed her body to the river, a safe breaker entered your home with intent to rob.
Who is this mythical safe breaker?
His name is Sad Freddy. We know that he entered by cutting out a pane that you'd repaired the night before. We know also that he saw the dead body of your wife bundled up and ready for the river.
And when are you going to confront me with this imaginary and careless burglar who leaves his tools behind?
Does he?
What?
Leave his tools behind?
You suggested that when you first came to my house.
You assume that incorrectly. What you will remember is adding his tools and the broken glass to the luggage and the body of your wife, which you dumped that night in the river.
With my wife's share of the gold, too, of course.
Oh, of course. Your little notebook had to tally. You see, you never had any intention of killing your wife, Mrs. Sayre. You're not a monster. When she decided to leave you, you were even sorry about it. Is that true?
I hoped she'd come back.
You were able to account for every farthing of her capital.
I'm not a cheat.
No, Monsieur Sayre. You are not a cheat. You married Jeanne, your first wife, in good faith. A suitable wife, approved by your widowed mother, chosen by your mother. You met Maria, your second wife, in romantic circumstances, but you didn't marry her until your mother had approved.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
I'm suggesting that, in effect, your mother chose your wives. Chose them for a particular reason. You're not a cheat, monsieur. And when Maria decided to leave you, you faithfully accounted for all her money in your safe.
Yes.
But your mother couldn't bear to see so much gold leaving the house. At dinner on that last night, she gave Maria a tablet, probably aconite, in place of her usual heart pills. Do you know the properties of aconite?
It's not used in dental surgery.
No. It was used as a cure for seasickness, but has been largely superseded by hyoscine, owing to its lethal effect upon those suffering from a cardiac condition. Pericarditis. Heart, as your father suffered, and your first wife suffered, and your second wife suffered. What do you say to that?
It's fantastic.
The behavior of a systematic murderer always seems fantastic. You could hardly believe it at first. As a dentist, you had some knowledge of poisons. You tried to revive Maria with antidotes, and then the awful truth dawned on you. You charged your mother with the death of Maria, the death of Jeanne. Possibly you thought of your father, too. But she didn't deny your charges. She told you to call Dr. Dubuc, who would certify Maria's death from natural causes.
Dr. Dubuc is dead.
Exactly. That's what you told your mother, but she'd forgotten. When I first called at your house, she spoke of him as though he was still attending you. She couldn't remember because of her guilty conscience. The elderly Dr. Dubuc was essential to her plans to sign anything for his poor dear friend, Maria Sayre. Madame Sayre, who always paid his bills at the end of the month.
We always pay our bills.
This is one bill you paid for your mother. To protect her, you had to get rid of your wife's body. You wiped your fingerprints, cleaned your car. But a few specks of brick dust have told us where to look for the body. You want to smoke?
No.
I don't think I can get any cigars this time of night. Maybe some cigarettes. Maigret. River patrol, yeah. Started already? Good. Look up. Look up.
Attends.
See if we can find some cigarettes.
Ooh, covered up. Cigarettes. Right.
Tell Madame, sir, I'm ready for it.
Madame, sir, please.
Come in, Madame. You've had a long wait. Sit down. In a few moments, it'll be dawn.
I'm just an old woman, Inspector, but I have the consolation of religion. There's nothing you can do to me.
I'm quite sure, Madame Sir, that you have always done everything that is right in your own eyes. You came here and offered help. It's not been needed. I have to tell you that as soon as the Director of Prosecutions arrives at the Palais de Justice, your son, Guillaume Sir, will be indicted for the murder of his wife.
How foolish you'll look when Maria turns up. I suppose you've tortured him and he's confessed.
No, Madame, he's not confessed. It might be better for him if he had. I think he will. It might save him from the guillotine. There may be extenuating circumstances. Care to tell me about them?
I do not intend to be tortured, Inspector. I know that my son has not been formally charged, otherwise you dare not deny him legal advice.
He's refused it. If you'd like to discuss it with him, he's there in my private office.
I may talk with him?
Oh, certainly. Go ahead.
Guillaume? Are you all right? It's me, your mother, Guillaume. You have proved yourself to be a true son, Guillaume. I'm very proud of you. Your father was a coward and a drunkard. I've not always been able to do everything I'd like for you. You've had a difficult time. Listen to me, Guillaume. You have made yourself a man. Guillaume, it's time for your medicine.
No.
Now be a good boy. Do you remember when you were a little boy? Perhaps Mama will have a chocolate in her hand there.
He could have had a good profession as a dentist, but that wasn't good enough for you. Perhaps you told yourself that you were doing it all for his sake, for his security. Now, even you can see the truth. It was all for your own greed. He'd have taken this last dose, save himself the pain of accusing his own mother. Now he won't have to.
Attends.
Take her away.
Madame, sir, this way, please.
She's accused of the murder of Maria Serre née Fanat. Not Havana, probably unsmokable.
That leaves 7,000 francs till the end of the month when the market garden gets going.
Yes, but do you really want to retire?
Look, I went into this business so I could retire.
In this story, a small-time burglar named Freddy breaks into a respectable Parisian home, expecting easy pickings, only to stumble upon the body of a murdered woman. Terrified, he flees without stealing anything and goes into hiding. His wife, desperate and loyal in her own way, seeks out Inspector Maigret. She's no stranger to him. Years before, she had been arrested for prostitution, and the memory of her arrest adds an edge of unease to their encounter. Yet beneath her rough manner, she shows determination, convinced her husband is innocent of the killing, even if guilty of burglary. Maigret listens to her with his habitual calm, noting the mixture of fear and pride in her voice, and agrees to look into the matter. The house in question belongs to a dentist, Dr. Guillaume Serre, who lives under the shadow of his domineering mother. Maigret visits them, making his presence known in his slow, unhurried fashion. The dentist appears nervous, his mother controlling, sharp and hostile to any suggestion of impropriety. They deny that anything unusual occurred in the house, and there is no trace of a corpse. Yet Maigret senses something amiss. The burglar's account is too vivid, and the wife's desperation too genuine to dismiss. He notices the details of the Serre household, the strange atmosphere, the guarded responses, and the way silence seems to hang in the rooms. Maigret begins piecing together fragments. Reports of the mother's recent trip to Holland, hints of family tensions, whispers of affairs and jealousy. He moves through the investigation as though navigating fog, patient and deliberate, waiting for people to reveal themselves. The neighbors and staff provide little, but their small hesitations, the tone of a reply, the nervous glance, are enough to strengthen his suspicions. He does not press too hard. Instead, he lets silence do its work as people begin to betray their secrets when left to fill the quiet. The turning point comes when Maigret reconstructs Freddy's flight from the house. The burglar is a coward, but not a liar, and his story matches certain overlooked signs in the Serre's residence. A carpet moved slightly out of place, a faint, lingering odor, the nervousness of the dentist when Maigret lingers in the surgery. These details fit together like scattered pieces of a puzzle. The inspector becomes convinced there was indeed a woman in that house, and that she met her end not at Freddy's hands, but through a domestic drama involving the Serres themselves. Gradually, the truth emerges. The murdered woman was connected to Dr. Serre in a compromising way, likely a mistress or acquaintance whose presence threatened the family's rigid respectability. The domineering mother, obsessed with reputation and control, either discovered the affair or sought to conceal its consequences. The corpse was removed swiftly after the bungled burglary, the traces covered up before official suspicion could fall. What they did not expect was that the burglar's wife, with her own troubled past, would come forward to Maigret and force an inquiry. Maigret handles the matter with characteristic restraint. He shields Freddy from the worst consequences, recognizing the man's role was limited to trespass. He deals with the wife with quiet respect, treating her less as a criminal's companion than as a woman trying to salvage some fragment of dignity. And with the Serres, he is steady and relentless, circling their lies until they collapse under the pressure of truth. The resolution is less about dramatic confessions than about the erosion of their resistance in the face of Maigret's calm certainty. The episode unfolds as a meditation on class, respectability, and moral compromise. Freddy and his wife live on society's margins, scraping by through petty crime and survival. The Serres, cloaked in middle-class respectability, prove to be the true culprits, their sins hidden behind polished veneers and professional titles. Maigret, moving between these worlds, sees through both. The honesty hidden in the burglar's wife's desperation, and the corruption disguised as virtue in the dentist's household. By the end, the contrast is stark. Criminals of circumstance appear almost noble beside the criminals of reputation. The atmosphere of the episode is quiet, shadowed, and restrained. Rain-slicked streets, the echo of footsteps, the hush of drawing rooms where secrets linger, All these elements create a mood of brooding inevitability. Maigret is never hurried, never theatrical. He watches, listens, and allows others to condemn themselves through their own words and silences. The story resolves not with spectacle, but with inevitability as the hidden crime is revealed and the balance of truth restored. Across nearly 2,000 words of narrative, the episode conveys more than just a whodunit. It is an exploration of human weakness, pride, and the relentless gravity of guilt. The burglar's wife, seemingly the least respectable of all, becomes the unlikely figure of honesty. Freddy, frightened and incompetent, proves himself more truthful than the polished dentist, and Maigret, as always, stands in the center, an observer of human frailty, steady and unblinking, bringing light to the shadows in which ordinary people try, and fail, to conceal their darkest acts. Inspector Maigret's investigation into the affair of the burglar's wife unfolds like a slow walk through a fog-bound street. Nothing is rushed, nothing overstated, and yet every pause and glance seems to hold weight. The story, already compelling in its outlines, grows more intricate as one considers the subtleties of character and circumstance that surround it. The woman who comes to Maigret is not just a messenger for her husband, but a figure who embodies desperation, memory, and a strange form of loyalty. Years earlier, she had been arrested by Maigret for soliciting. That past arrest lingers in the air when she sits across from him again in the police office under the yellowish light that makes her face look both older and softer than she would like. She is conscious of her shame, but equally determined to be heard. The inspector, with his heavy pipe and calm expression, does not condescend. Oh, he listens, and by listening he restores her dignity. It is in this space, between shame and dignity, that the mystery takes root. Freddy himself remains a shadow in much of the narrative. He is weak, frightened, and given to tears when cornered. Yet he is also strangely honest. When he stumbled upon the corpse in the dentist's house, his terror was real, his flight instinctive. He is not clever enough to invent such a story, nor bold enough to risk Maigret's ridicule by making up details. The very vividness of his fear becomes its own evidence. Maigret trusts him not because he is reliable, but because he is too small and too broken to maintain a lie of this scale. The burglar's wife, in standing up for him, becomes his unlikely advocate, transforming her own disreputable history into a form of stubborn loyalty. The Serre household is a contrast in every possible way. Guillaume Serre, the dentist, carries himself with the stiffness of a man under constant judgment. His mother, Madame Serre, presides over the house with an iron will that crushes even the faintest suggestion of scandal. She embodies the power of middle-class respectability, that formidable facade that hides private cruelty behind lace curtains and polished brass door handles. When Maigret first enters their home, the atmosphere is thick with denial. There is the smell of disinfectant, the gleam of polished wood, and the cold politeness of hosts who want the inspector to leave at once. They insist nothing unusual has happened, that their lives are quiet and uneventful. Yet every gesture betrays them, the quick glance between mother and son, the way the dentist's hands tremble when Maigret lingers near the surgery, the stiffness with which Madame Serre answers questions about her trip to Holland. Maigret, with his particular genius for silence, allows these contradictions to accumulate. He does not accuse directly. Instead, he notices the small things: a carpet that does not quite lie flat against the floorboards, a faint trace of perfume where none should linger, a neighbor's off-hand remark that does not match the Serre's account of their comings and goings. Each of these fragments is like a thread. Taken alone, they mean nothing. Taken together, they begin to form the outline of a hidden body, a suppressed truth. Maigret holds these threads lightly, never pulling too quickly, but letting them tangle around the suspects until they cannot move without betraying themselves. The question of the corpse itself haunts the investigation. Freddy saw it, described it, and yet by the time Maigret examines the house, it is gone. This absence becomes a presence of its own. Where has it gone? Who has carried it away, and why would a respectable dentist and his mother involve themselves in so sordid a task? The answers circle back to the reality of human relationships. The dead woman was not a stranger. She was entangled with Dr. Serre, perhaps as a lover, perhaps as a patient who became something more. Whatever the nature of their bond, it was dangerous to the family's reputation. The mother's role is pivotal. She is the one who sees the family name as a fortress that must be defended at all costs, even at the price of concealing murder. She becomes the embodiment of respectability turned monstrous, a guardian who strangles the very life she pretends to protect. In contrast, the burglar's wife becomes a mirror image of this figure. She has no reputation left to defend, no social standing to protect. She lives openly on the margins, surviving through petty crime and her husband's bungling schemes. And yet, in her refusal to abandon her husband to despair, she shows a form of loyalty more genuine than the Serre's brittle facade of virtue. Maigret senses this contrast deeply. He treats her with the respect she has rarely known, and in doing so, allows the investigation to move forward not as a matter of technical detection, but as a moral reckoning between two visions of human loyalty, one built on control and appearances, the other on love and survival. The investigation spreads outward in ripples. Maigret speaks with neighbors, shopkeepers, and patients who had dealings with the dentist. Each conversation adds a shade to the portrait. Some remember seeing a woman in the Serre's company who does not match the mother's description of their acquaintances. Others recall absences, unusual silences, or hurried errands. The picture of a cover-up begins to emerge. Maigret's method is never to confront head-on, but to return again and again, circling closer with each visit, allowing the guilty to trap themselves in their own contradictions. In this case, the contradictions grow too many. The mother's account of her trip to Holland fails to align with the train schedules. The dentist's nervousness increases whenever the dead woman's name is hinted at. By degrees, the walls of denial collapse. Freddy is eventually drawn out of hiding, trembling but grateful. Maigret does not punish him severely. A burglary attempt, yes, but nothing stolen, no violence done. His crime is dwarfed by the enormity of what he uncovered. In fact, his weakness, his cowardice in running away, becomes his salvation. A braver burglar might have stayed, taken something, become implicated. Freddy fled, and in fleeing, preserved the innocence of his role. Maigret recognizes this and shields him as much as the law allows. For the wife, this is a vindication. Her trust in Maigret, her insistence that her husband was not a killer, has been justified. The Serre, however, faced the full weight of exposure. The dentist, under his mother's domination, is revealed as weak, compromised, and morally bankrupt. The mother herself, once a figure of rigid control, becomes pathetic in her desperation to hold together the illusion of respectability. Their downfall is not dramatic, but inevitable, the slow unraveling of lies in the face of Maigret's steady gaze. No raised voices are needed, no theatrical arrests. It is enough for the truth to stand revealed, for silence to settle into something that can no longer be denied. The beauty of the story lies not only in its resolution, but in its atmosphere. Paris itself becomes a character, the damp streets, the smoky cafes where Maigret pauses with his pipe, the grey light filtering through curtained windows in the dentist's house, the whispers of neighbors leaning out over balconies. The city breathes with secrets, and Maigret walks among them as though listening to its heartbeat. His calm, heavy presence reassures the innocent and unnerves the guilty. He is not chasing clues like a hound, but absorbing the texture of human weakness until it yields to him. In this sense, the case of the burglar's wife is less about a single crime than about the clash of two worlds: the fragile honesty of the marginalized and the corrupt respectability of the powerful. By the close of the story, one is left with the impression that justice has been done, but not without cost. The burglar's wife has exposed herself once more to the judgment of the law and of society, though Maigret's respect grants her a dignity few others would. Freddy remains what he always was, a petty thief and a coward, but one who, by accident, brought down a far greater crime. The Serres are ruined not only by the exposure of their guilt, but by the revelation that their respectability was always a mask. And Maigret himself remains unchanged, the steady center of the storm, observing, listening, and quietly ensuring that the hidden truth comes to light. The true fascination of the case lies not in the bare bones of the plot, but in the way it reveals character. Freddy, the burglar at the center of the story, is a small, almost pitiful man. His life has been a string of half-failures, broken promises, and desperate attempts to scrape by. He is the kind of figure most of society dismisses, a petty thief who lives hand to mouth. Yet it is his accident, his mistake of entering the wrong house at the wrong time, that brings the truth into the open. He is a man who would rather run than fight, who bursts into tears when cornered, who has never known pride. And yet in his cowardice there is a strange purity. He does not try to invent a better story, does not embellish his account of the corpse. He simply tells Maigret what he saw, trembling as he does so, and in that trembling the inspector senses the ring of truth. Freddy, without intending it, becomes the spark that exposes a hidden crime, far more serious than his own burglary. His wife, however, is the real strength of the tale. She has walked a harder path than Freddy, bearing the weight of poverty, the contempt of society, and the scars of her own past as a woman forced into prostitution. When she goes to Maigret, she does so knowing he remembers her, that he once arrested her. She goes anyway because her loyalty to Freddy outweighs her shame. She insists her husband is not a killer, that he may be weak, but he does not have blood on his hands. In her, we see a rare defiance, a woman with nothing left to lose but determined to fight for the scraps of love she has. There is a dignity in her persistence, a kind of courage Freddy himself cannot muster. Maigret recognizes this, and though he remains impassive, his respect for her is clear. She becomes, in her own way, the conscience of the story, the voice that will not let the truth be buried. The Serres family is drawn in sharper and darker contrast. Guillaume Serres, the dentist, is a man of education and social standing, a man who has everything Freddy lacks. Yet beneath his polished manners lies fear, weakness, and guilt. He has lived his life under the shadow of his mother, Madame Serres, who rules the household with icy authority. Guillaume's affair with the woman who ends up dead, whether she was a mistress, a patient, or something in between, becomes the crack in the edifice of their respectability. When the affair is threatened with exposure, and when the woman dies in suspicious circumstances, it is not Freddy or his wife who act with desperation, but Madame Serres. She is the one who insists the body must be removed, who orchestrates the cover-up, who believes reputation is more valuable than truth. In her hands, the family's respectability becomes a weapon, a mask used to conceal horror. She travels abroad to Holland, not for leisure, but as part of the attempt to control the narrative, to distance herself from suspicion. Yet her lies are brittle, and Maigret's patient presence makes them collapse. The contrast between these two worlds is the moral center of the story. On one side, the petty criminals, broken, poor, mocked by society, but strangely honest in their fear and love. On the other, the respectable dentist and his mother, pillars of middle-class virtue, but guilty of deception and concealment. Maigret stands between them, seeing both worlds with equal clarity. He does not condemn Freddy harshly, because he knows the man is small, incapable of such a grand crime. He does not excuse the Serres because he recognizes the rot beneath their polished surface. His role is not only to solve the case, but to weigh human frailty, to measure guilt against circumstance, and to see through the lies that society tells itself about respectability and crime. The investigation proceeds like a quiet pressure applied over time. Maigret questions neighbors, observes silences, revisits the Serre house. He does not shout or threaten. He waits. He asks a question, lets the silence hang, watches how people fill it. The more they speak, the more they betray themselves. Guillaume sweats under the inspector's calm gaze. Madame Serre grows sharper, more defensive, until her confidence begins to crumble. Eventually, the weight of their deception cannot withstand the accumulation of small inconsistencies. A train timetable, a faint perfume, a carpet slightly out of place, all these details converge into undeniable truth. The body was real, Freddy's account was true, and the Serres had hidden a crime behind their front door. When the truth is finally laid bare, it does not explode in drama. It seeps out slowly, inevitably, like water through cracks. Freddy is spared the worst consequences, charged with attempted burglary, but released from suspicion of murder. His wife stands vindicated, her desperate plea proven right. She leaves Maigret's office with her head held a little higher, not because she has won respect from society, but because she has forced society to admit the truth. The Serres, meanwhile, are ruined. Their names, once respected, are dragged into scandal. The dentist is revealed as weak and corrupt, his mother as domineering and deceitful. They have lost everything, not because Maigret shouted or exposed them violently, but because the quiet persistence of truth has stripped away their defenses. The ending of the story leaves one with a lingering mood rather than a clear resolution. Justice is done, but not triumphantly. Freddy and his wife will continue their hard lives on the margins, surviving as best they can. The Serre will collapse under the weight of exposure, and Maigret will move on to the next case, unchanged, steady, and implacable, the observer of human folly. What remains is the atmosphere, the smoke curling from Maigret's pipe, the dim light in the police office, the rain on the streets of Paris, the hush of rooms where secrets were once hidden. It is an ending without flourish, but rich with the quiet recognition that truth, once uncovered, changes everything. This is why The Burglar's Wife endures as one of the memorable Maigret tales. It is not about elaborate puzzles or sudden twists, but about the steady unveiling of human weakness. It shows how a frightened burglar can stumble into honesty, how a woman with a stained past can become a voice of truth, how the respectable can prove rotten, and how an inspector with patience and silence can bring justice without spectacle. It is the story of crime as it really exists in ordinary lives, small, sordid, hidden behind curtains, and of an inspector whose gift is to look at those lives without judgment until the truth cannot help but surface. It ends not with triumph, but with inevitability, as Maigret once again restores balance to a world that tries so hard to hide its sins.